Old man Li was an honest old carpenter in our village. He had a good craft, so every family in the village would ask him to build houses or make furniture. He was a quiet man, never causing trouble. His wife had passed away early, leaving only one son, Li Zhangjun, who worked in the city and barely came back once a year. Old man Li lived alone in a small adobe house at the west end of the village, all by himself. Old man Li's wife died of illness 3 years ago, and she was buried in Thima's grave behind the village, right next to the cliff at the back of the mountain. I still remember her funeral day. It was cloudy and drizzling, and the Taoist priest chanted scriptures for a long time before they buried the coffin. I followed my grandpa that day, and he saw old man Li squatting in front of the grave, crying his heart out. His shoulders shook with sobs, and he kept muttering, "From now on, no one will cook for me, no one will warm my bed anymore." The strange incident happened on another rainy day, the rain drizzling non-stop from morning till evening, turning the bluestone path into a slippery mess and wrapping the village in a thick, damp fog. Just as the sky turned dark, a shrill scream cut through the rain and "Fog!" Old man Li's voice, hoarse and full of terror, making everyone's heart race. My grandpa was in the yard collecting corn when he heard the scream. His face turned pale at once. He dropped the corn in his hand, grabbed the hoe leaning against the wall, and ran toward the west end of the village. I hurried to follow him, my heart beating fast. Along the way, more villagers heard the noise and followed us, all muttering, "What's wrong? What happened to old man Li?" Old man Li's yard gate was half open. It creaked when we pushed it. As soon as we walked in, a strong, pumpkin-trodden smell hit us. It was worse than village latrine, so foul that it made us cough. I covered my nose with my sleeve and looked into the house, and what I saw made me freeze. Old man Li was lying on the ground, his face as white as paper, his eyes wide open, and his mouth hanging open, as if he was still screaming. There was a deep wound on his neck, and the blood had dried and turned black, staining his coarse linen jacket. The house was a mess. The table was turned over, bowls and chopsticks were broken all over the floor, and the cabinet door was open. With things scattered everywhere, on the damp earthen floor, there were several big footprints, bigger than a human, as with clear claw marks at the tips, like they were made by sharp nails. Grandma.When, who had followed us, almost fell over when she saw this. She leaned against the wall, her voice trembling. It's Luosha. It's old man Li's wife, come back as Luosha." Everyone stepped back in fear, their faces pale. One villager whispered, trembling, "It's true, old man Li's wife's grave has no grass at all. I passed by the back mountain to cut grass a few days ago, and it was still bare, not a single blade of grass." My grandpa squatted down, touched the footprints, and they wound on old man Li's neck. His brows furrowed tightly. "That's right," he said in a heavy voice. "The Luosha the elders talked about, it's really here."